Check 1 2, check, microphone check. Let me turn some lights on. Okay, a little bit of light. And let me just make sure the stream's going. Okay, check 1 2 again. Do I have a skin coming? No. Not that I know of. What's going on, Norm? So, yeah, just to turn this up a little bit for you. So I just got back from picking up the CDJ-3000X. I bought this. I'm running, by the way, if things look a little different here, I decided to try to run this camera at 24 frames per second just to see if it's any better for the LEDs and stuff. And let me just tell you, initial thoughts, you know, sometimes you can't judge things by a picture. Because I did do videos saying like, oh, big deal, bigger screen, blah, 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 blah. But now that I see it, now it's a little bit different for me. I'm so used to looking at my white skin gear. So just seeing something that's black is like changes things for me a little bit. But it's nice looking. You know what I mean? That screen has better contrast. It definitely, you know, the screen's not a slouch. But the viewing angles on this screen versus the CDJ-3000, and you're looking at things from the angle all the time because you're in the middle, right? So you're looking at stuff like that. I got to say, it does look better. It should, right? Does it feel more robust? No. And I'm going to tell you something. If you know anything about CDJ-3000s, you know on this front edge here, how you can kind of grab it and pull it. And you could almost, with your bare fingers, you could almost like rip that front panel off. It still feels that way. It may be because the NFC card reader in there feels maybe a little better. But that knob maybe feels a little better. The Q button does feel like slightly better, but I don't think you're going to notice anything too spectacular. The jog wheel does feel tighter, which honestly, I don't really know why it needed to feel tighter. I thought it was fine, but I'm not a real jog wheel guy anyways. I don't scratch, so other than that, I didn't try the NFC because NFC doesn't work with Beatport, so not yet. Hopefully that's sooner than later. And, yeah, the other crazy thing is when this is like in a booth, there's no, if they hid the Alpha Theta name really, really well. On the back, you just got the logo. And, it says it on the sides, but really, when do you ever see the side of a CDJ? Right? So it's kind of funny. It's almost like they knew people had an issue with the name. So it's like they purposely, in the design, didn't want to flaunt it. No Apple Music, buddy. Let's just do a quick mix. Farns. I can't have new gear out there and me not actually get to see it in person.
I like this groove. I like this groove.
Holy shit, friends. DJ Farns just sent out 5 memberships. Farns, you're the best, brother. I appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, buddy. The rain one. The rain one went up $200 because of the tariffs. So the story behind that, by the way, if you want to know, is like they already had a shipment of a bunch of them before the tariffs, like they were already landed. And so when tariffs kicked in, they had no choice. It's, you know, not the fault of them. Now, good news for us Canadians is those tariffs had no effect on us because they don't land in the States. They land straight to Canada. So take off, eh? It's a fun time to be Canadian when you're buying DJ gear. little bit of we got some questions here. And you know what? The red light's kind of... Let's get a little bit more on the... Let's do that. Okay, so the jog wheel, friends, is like... If you ever thought the CDJ-3000 was a little too loose for you, even on the strongest setting, well, then this is good. It's that much tighter. I mean, I don't think it's anything to personally write home about. You know, just I'm going to give you... Let me give you like a real demonstration here. Do some instant doubles here.
Hola, mami.
Gonna put it in slip mode. So you ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put all the heaviest.
Come on.
See that? It barely moved.
Yeah. Come on. Hola, mami. ¿Cómo estás? Yeah. Te quiero mucho. Eres tan sexy, muy bonita. Hola, mami. Yeah. ¿Cómo estás? Te quiero mucho. Estoy feliz de habernos. Yeah.
Let's go to the latest.
Hola, mami. Yeah. Querías bien conmigo. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Hola, mami, ¿cómo estás? Te quiero mucho, yeah. Te quiero mucho, eres tan sexy, muy bonita, eres tan sexy. Hola, mami, muy bonita. Hola, mami, ¿cómo estás? Yeah. ¿Cómo estás? Sí, mi gusta. Sí, mi gusta. Estoy feliz de habernos conocido. Estoy feliz de habernos conocido. Hola, mami, te quiero mucho.
Okay, we got some good questions here. So, the screen housing, right, is like... So it's a little bit different. It's like you have a little bit more of an edge. I'm going to do a video tomorrow with like, you know, really looking at this thing so we can look straight down. So it's got like a little bit more of an edge before you hit the actual, that black border on the screen, where on the 3000, it's thinner. Like, let me tell you something, like where the USB stick sits, that piece is actually a little thinner. It's like 2.5 fingers versus like 3 fingers, if that makes any sense to anybody. What else am I going to say about this thing? You know, and the edge beside the browser now is a little thinner. Do I get a measuring tape here somewhere? It's definitely, it's for sure a little, it's like a little tiny bit wider, like a little enough that it's not going to fit in your booth if you got a custom booth, right? And yes, the new deck savers, exactly. Man, you got to buy new deck savers, right? My honest opinion, is it worth the upgrade? Eric wants to know. Let me tell you, side by side, if you're just looking at it side by side, yes, this one, the screen looks darker. The blacks are blacker. It looks a little bit nicer. You can tell the screen is newer, that this capacitive screen is different somehow. But you still can't do, like you can't pinch the zoom or anything on the waveform, which no big deal, but you just can't. And here's the other thing I can tell you. It's like the reflection off of it is a little better. Not much. It's just the reflection's a little darker. It's like the screen's a little bit darker. Yeah, and you're right, Farns. Like, as I'm scrolling through it and I'm trying to change something else, well, I shouldn't say it's got no multi-touch, because technically I'm scrolling through the waveform here, and I'm able to change things. It's not multi-touch in a sense that there's nothing that you would need to multi-touch, I guess. So the idea as well that you can touch through and you can add a hot cue in while you're previewing it, I guess is okay. I don't need it. It's there. I'd probably use it. There might be times I would use it. So dead honest opinion. Should you sell your CDJ-3000s and buy these? Well, not necessarily. But let me just say, because I said I wasn't going to buy one. And so I talk a lot of shit sometimes. And it's only because, you got to keep this in mind, only because I get like a little bit of a deal through Play to Record, because I used to work there. If I was to sell my 3000s and I got enough money and to spend a little bit of extra, maybe. Like, I was about to spend extra money and buy a TV for this back wall here. And the guy that I was going to buy from, he's been, like, kind of a shitty guy to deal with a little bit. He's not calling me back. He's not responding to things. I spent a week just fucking around trying to figure this out. So the money that I was going to spend on the TV, if it would be a little bit more, but maybe for the purposes of this channel, maybe it would be worth spending that extra money on the new CDJs versus a screen for the back. I don't know. Let's go on an easy DJ. So for me, maybe. I don't want to promise anything. My plan initially was I'm going to buy it, I'm going to make some videos, and then I'm going to sell it. Just like that. But now that's sitting in front of me, it is pretty modern looking. It does say Alpha Theta. It's going to look really good with my Euphonia. So I don't know, man. I'm the wrong guy to ask. You know me. I'm just the wrong guy. Let me just tell you, you're not going to mix any better on this than you are on this. Sound quality, they say they upgrade the sound on my system. I'm never going to hear it. I've heard, that really maybe an audio engineer might hear the difference. They might see it on their screen. But I don't think you're going to hear it. Yeah, man. Everybody wishes they were my neighbor. So, yeah, that's... Yeah, there's the thing. If you're going to be in this as a hobby, professionally, any which way, you need to find a way to be able to buy this stuff and get like some kind of hookup deal, something. I probably will reach out to my friends at DeckSaver to see if they're, if I can do a DeckSaver video. That'd be kind of helpful. And of course, my good friends at 12-inch Skins, I'm going to see if they have a skin yet. if they do, I have to really make a decision if I want to skin it, because if I'm going to sell it, I don't think I'm going to skin it. Even though the skin comes off easy, I might. I don't know. I'm indecisive, man. Who knows what I'm going to do? Also, too, you know, when you're browsing, seeing more at a time, it's nice, but it's not like, you know, the end of the world, man. It's not a huge difference. You know, like we got, it feels like, I can tell you something that, where the artist album, the browse, that's kind of gray, where this is like kind of black. It's like a darker gray. It's gray. It's just like very dark gray. So there's little things about it that, for my shitty eyes and all my vision problems, I gotta say the new screen is definitely something to think about. That button feels... I don't know. If it's different, it's like so slightly different that you wouldn't know. And I did hear that the hot cues are more responsive by like fucking nanoseconds probably. It was something that, you know, James Hype used to complain, and I never knew what he was bitching about, but I guess it was the latency of when you hit a hot cue when it happens. It's so fucking small of a latency. Like, only, you know, a drummer, honestly, might realize it. So only that guy is the only guy that was like, oh man, that's off by like a fucking millisecond or some shit, right? So I guess these are better. It doesn't, but like, listen to this. Let's get into some shit. It still feels, it's not like they made it the chassis better or anything like that. I mean, it still feels the same. Feels exact same. If it didn't have a screen, you could just plug your own. Yeah, you know. And I guess that's what they call a controller, right? If you could just plug your screen in, whatever size screen you want, that's technically a DJ controller. So when you think of it like that, right? And I've done that. You know, I've taken, like, you know, my 18-inch touchscreen with my computer, hook it up with the Ring 1, and it fucking looks beautiful. It's great. Run it with DJ Pro, great. My iPad with DJ Pro, great. So, yeah. Let's go on, Jay. So, yeah, this is cool. It's cool, but honest to God, man, don't have gear envy. Don't be Steve. If you've got 3000s, be happy with them. If you see a great deal on a pair of 3000s, grab them. I don't believe for the average person it's really worth the extra money. I'm not your average person. I'm like a gear junkie. There's something wrong with me mentally that I kind of really like to have the latest stuff and play around and do these reviews. And, you know, it's like, it's my channel. Even when I bought them, I didn't really want to buy this thing. You know what I mean? And because, number one, I'm OCD. I would have loved to buy two. I can't afford one. Honest to God, this one on my line of credit, I have no way, no income to pay this back. You know what I mean? But it's kind of like, I know I can sell it. And if I had to rent it, you picture this. If I got 7.9% on my line of credit, I think it's like maybe, say, let's just say $30 a month is my interest alone, and I never pay it off. Well, I couldn't rent this thing for $30 for a day, right? So even if I keep this thing for, say, 3 months and it costs me $90 out of my pocket, and then in 3 months I sell it, if I sold it for what I actually paid for it with my little bit of a discount, it's going to sell like that. But I'm going to sell it for what they sell for in a store, because by that point they're going to be sold out everywhere and people will pay full value because it's brand new. Like, it's been open, but so what? It's been open and tested. Does that make sense? Some of these things out of the box sometimes might not be good. So it was a no-brainer for me to buy this. I had to. Okay, guys, at 8:30, I'm like long past when I should have left. So I'm going to get out of here. Oh, and let's get back to that screen. So the actual tilt of the screen feels like, I don't have all the measuring tools, but it feels about the same. But I'm telling you, the viewing angle on it, and it's just because of contrast. You know what I mean? It's not like when I'm right on this thing and I move back and forth, I can see the brightness adjustment. Where this one here, it's like, when you go back and forth from the side, the brightness changes. It's just literally, it's a contrast thing. It's like the screen, the blacks are a little bit blacker. Once again, it's only because they're sitting side by side. If it wasn't for that, I've never looked at the CDJ-3000 screen and thought, fuck me, it should look better. Do you know what I mean? That's just... And is there a lot of stock in Canada? I have no idea. No clue. I ordered mine on Tuesday and it came today. So, yeah, that's all I know. All right, Farns, thanks. And you guys that got the memberships, by the way, I'm really, really hoping the people that were watching are like long-time viewers that got that membership. It's unfortunate that with YouTube, I can't take those 5 memberships and distribute them to who I want to. I think it's just a random thing of whoever's in the chat. So, yeah. Yeah, no stuttering of the waveform, but it's still... Let me just do an instant double here. It's like, it's honestly, it might be like 0.5 frames. I don't even think it's faster. I think it looks exactly the same to me. Still doesn't move the same as Serato does at 90 frames a second. And it doesn't even look as smooth as the SC6000, which I'm going to bring into the lab next week. And we're going to set the SC6000 side by side with a 6000M, right? And it's hard to compare because the truth is the Den and DJ SC6000s and the M's, they're discontinued. So it's not like it's hard to compare something that's discontinued with something that's brand new. But just for size, you know what I mean? We'll see. Oh, you're wondering how I calibrate the Genelex speakers? I didn't do anything fancy. I literally, I bought a fucking XLR splitter and I just split them, and they sound good to me. Uh-oh. Did Steve just find a bug? Did I find the first bug? Look at this. So I have it in a loop. Let's do that again. So I'm going to do a loop. Take it out of slip. Put a loop. Put it in slip mode. This is the master. And we're going to try to do a spin back. Okay, it's not really a bug, just something to keep in mind. If you're ever going to do a loop and do a spin back, you got to make sure that you got to make sure that the player that's playing is the master and the one that you're spinning back is the slave, I guess. You know what I mean? It's funny that they still keep it master. It's like the main. Does that make sense? Okay. So, that's it for me. I'm going to roll. I'm going to come back tomorrow. And I don't know what's going on tomorrow. I might be doing some construction around here. Changing the cameras, putting up some poles, adjusting lighting. There's some stuff going on. And it's a shame I don't have a deck saver for this thing. So I'm going to literally take something and cover it up because I don't want any goddamn dust getting on this thing. So thanks for watching. I will be back. Talk to you all soon.